pleasure of introducing Imr. My name is Micheal Cassidy. I'm the Chief Technology Officer with Irish Manufacturing Research. And I'm just going to give you a very brief overview of Imr before my colleagues talk in more depth about our sustainability initiatives and how those are impacting on biopharma industries. If you could go to the next slide, please. And one more. So, at Irish Manufacturing Research, we're cross-sector, so it's not specific to just one industry. And we talk about this journey of demystify, de-risk, deliver. And that is about helping industry to understand emerging advanced manufacturing technologies in business practice so that they can understand and adopt those quicker than they might be able to do themselves. So this is the network effect of doing it collectively. We have about 150 staff operating across 4 thematic pillars of research. And I'll very briefly touch on those just to give a sense of context. Digitalization for us as a manufacturing research centre is taking everything from shop floor data right up to enterprise systems and using that data more effectively to drive business performance. So first, understanding the business, how it's behaving, and then using the data as an underpinning for more advanced analytics and prediction of how we can improve the performance of the factory and of supply chains. And that, of course, is an underpinning to sustainability as well. Having good data about the performance of our systems is key to enabling better sustainable performance. In robotics and automation, we're very much looking at the type of industry that we have in Ireland, which is often high mix, low volume industry, or in the medical device space, we're often dealing with pliable, flexible materials, which have historically been difficult to automate. So we're looking at the convergence of technologies between vision, robotics, and AI to enable more autonomy around those automation processes. In design for manufacturing, we're looking at the product design and the optimization of that process. So using advanced simulation techniques to optimize product design, both for sustainability, for process optimization, for in-field performance. And then looking to help manufacturers adopt next generation manufacturing technologies. So specifically looking at additive manufacturing, looking at laser machining, where these advanced techniques can offer significant step change performance in terms of manufacturing processes. In sustainable manufacturing, then we're looking at holistically how can we perform better at factories, building resilience into what we do as manufacturers. So looking at energy performance, looking at carbon footprint, looking at water performance, and looking at circular economy as a driver for accessing different material flows. And my colleagues Geraldine and Eva will talk more about that. If we could maybe go on to the next slide. So what we're looking to do and what success looks like for a high TRL research centre is to help companies understand what to do next in their business. So it's about shaping what the factory of the future looks like, what technologies, what business processes are going to go in there. But research can't stand in isolation. We need to transfer that knowledge into our partner companies. So helping build that absorptive capacity within our partner companies and shaping what the manufacturing professional of the future, what skills they will need in order to be successful. So really important in terms of how we get these technologies into companies is to be able to have test beds that are representative of a manufacturing shop floor. So across our 2 sites in Ireland, one in Dublin, one in Mullingar, which is about 1 hour from Dublin, we're able to test bed these emerging technologies and show that they work in the representative environments that we want to transpose them into in terms of the factory. And this is critically important because factories are complex operations. It's not about doing something in a lab environment and assuming that it will scale into a factory. We need to be able to deal with the complexity of integration into complex factory systems. And that's a critical part of that de-risking journey that we take factories on. One more slide, please. In terms of how we deliver those capabilities, so as I mentioned, we have about 150 staff, the majority of which are researchers across our 4 thematic pillars. And obviously collaborative R&D is the backbone of what we do. So that's about understanding the emerging technologies and developing them to a level of maturity where companies can absorb those and bring those into the factory. But we're also able to work on prototyping processes. But critically, we recognize that all of these capabilities are best delivered as part of an ecosystem. Even with 150 staff, we can't possibly have all of the capabilities and all of the know-how. So these types of events are critically important for bringing together networks of experts and understanding how those networks actually have much more positive impacts in terms of understanding where to go next. What are the business investments that make sense? So a large part of our capability is actually leveraging the networks we have across the Irish research ecosystem and into European research ecosystems as well, and helping Irish industries to access some of the fundings that are available for that. So I'm going to now hand over to my colleague, Dr. Geraldine Brennan, who'll talk in more depth about the circular economy and what we're doing for companies there. Thank you for your time.